If you're an OG on the channel, you already know how I feel about the Clippers. So making this video is going to be rough for me. I'm a LeBron fan, so which means I'm a Lakers supporter. We don't have to go through this, y'all. Y'all know how the rivalry is. Now that I'm on YouTube, I got to put the biasness to the side because I got to give a biasness-free review. That's what we going to do because I did predict this series to be the best series of the playoffs, and I'm going to stand on that. They're going to go out there and put on a show every single one of these games. And boy, did they disappoint? Absolutely not. Them boys went out there and put on a show. And I'm going to try my best to recap most of these series, especially in the Western Conference, because let's be honest, that's where the money at. Them boys is hooping on the Western Conference. And then I can't help but to think that the Eastern Conference is getting hit with a boulder with injuries right now. So like I said, I'm going to do my best to get these Western Conference series recaps out. If y'all didn't check out the Lakers versus Denver recap game 1, that one was a pain to make. So I'm not even going to rehash that one, but y'all make sure y'all go check out that one. But going into this game, I was feeling the exact same way I felt when they announced that this was the series that we was going to get in the first round. Now we know the Clippers roster is built for a championship. They have all the pieces to go out there and compete for a title, especially as that head coaching position. And when you look at the Mavericks, they're inexperienced. Kyrie and Luka only been together, I don't even think a full season. Well, this will be the first full season. I know he got there last season, but they didn't have enough time to play with each other to figure out the rotations, the chemistry, all of that good stuff. But going into this season, it was definitely a little bit different. Kyrie Irving stepped up. Luka stepped up, went to a whole nother level. Definitely top 3 in my opinion for the MVP race. And then with the new acquisitions, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, those is big pieces. You got a 3-point threat with PJ Washington and you get youth. And then you also get youth with Daniel Gafford at the center position. And then you pair him with Derek Lively. They have a good squad also. Now on paper, if you think about it, this should be the best series in the playoffs besides the Lakers and Nuggets. Obviously, it's the Western Conference rematch in the first round. How much better can you get than that? But the one thing that was hindering the Clippers for the day, they didn't have Kawhi Leonard. And the crazy part about this game, I checked the injury report to see if Kawhi Leonard was going to play, and they say he got cleared to play. So I was like, okay, Kawhi, go out there and show out then. Because you know Kawhi Leonard. If anything is wrong with him, he is not going to go out there and risk his NBA career for nobody. He don't care if it's probably the game 5 and they down 2. He don't care. He's going to go out there and play when he feels it's necessary and he at his best and healthiest. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't like that, but who's going to tell Kawhi to go out there and risk his whole career for an NBA championship if he don't feel like he need to? So when they said they cleared him, I was thinking he was going to play. Then an hour before the game, I see Kawhi Leonard is not going to play. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the Clippers are built for a championship. They have the coaching, they have the superstars, they have the bench scoring, and they have the size. So even without Kawhi Leonard, did I have the Clippers going into game 1? Yes, I had the Clippers going into game 1. They're at home. And on top of that, with all the unanswered questions with the Clippers, how do you get those answers? You go out there and ball out in game 1 of the playoffs.
7 shots, they're 2 for 15 in the quarter. Westbrook soaring in on the delivery from Harden.
The part that I did not expect is how bad the Dallas Mavericks played in the first half. Now, I know I usually go quarter by quarter, but this game right here was honestly a half by half. Because that first half by the Mavericks was actually super disappointing. When I was watching them play, I'm sitting there trying to understand what happened in the locker room. Did somebody get hit? I don't know about y'all. I'm watching the game trying to find the chemistry, trying to figure out what is the camaraderie. What are y'all doing off the court that I'm not seeing? Because the chemistry that I was seeing in the regular season wasn't the same chemistry I seen in game 1. And I'm pretty sure Kyrie Irving saw that and he started going at him on the bench.
And Kyrie really animated during this last time out.
Pretty sure him and a lot of people are trying to figure out this is not the Dallas Mavericks that I was seeing throughout the regular season at all. Now, I know they kind of picked it up in the second half. We're going to get to the second half. They played pretty well on Luka and Kyrie in that first half. And that was the most surprising part because I thought they was going to say, okay, you know what? We're not going to let one of them go off. But the fact that they went out there and said, okay, we're not going to let either one of them go off. Anybody else can beat us is perfectly fine. That was different. Who do I give the credit for that game plan? That's Ty Lue working, man. The one thing that Ty Lue does differently than a lot of coaches in the NBA and being able to do it, he can adjust to any game plan on the fly. Game plan that you see in the first half might not be the same game plan that you go see in the second half. So I got to give Ty Lue some credit. I love Ty Lue. For some strange reason, I feel like I'm going to miss him in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and give him his credit right now. Russell Westbrook. I feel like he's the X factor of the team. And I said this, if y'all follow me on TikTok, I say he's going to be the reason they get to a championship if they get to a championship. Because the little dirty things that these superstars really don't want to do. They don't want to dive on the floor. They don't want to hustle and guard the best player. They don't want to do all of that. They rather go out there and get 35, 15, and 10 and make it look beautiful. Cool. That's okay. But the dirty work that a lot of people don't want to do, Russell Westbrook is okay with doing. It's a difference when you go out there and do these things to try to get something from it. Russell Westbrook have nothing to prove, and he know that. So he's definitely going out there and doing all of this dirty work to win. I think the player of the game was James Harden. He was the one that was controlling the tempo of the game, the entire game. It was James Harden's show.
League leader scorer and one of the best Mavericks teams that we have seen in recent memory.
And it's
If you want to go as far as the points or the assists in the ball, James Harden basketball. And even if he didn't have all of these big superstars on his team, he could easily go for 30 and 15 every single night. We know James Harden can do that. It's the fact that he's knowing how to play with all of these different superstars. He got Paul George. He's going to have Kawhi next to him next. And then you got Russell Westbrook coming off the bench. Terrence Mann. He's learning how to create shots for all of these different players and himself. Do I think the Mavs is going to go out there and play like this for the rest of this series? Absolutely not. That is not the Mavericks, and I'm not even going to sit up here and act like, oh, this series over. Oh, they exposed the Mavericks. It's nothing like that. Them boys will go out there and do work in game 2. Because if you're going out there expecting Luka to shoot 4 for 12 from the three-point line on 42 minutes, you're tripping. And on top of that, he's shooting 11 from 26 from the field. I'm not banking on that. So if I'm putting my money on Luka next game, I will be a rich man. Even though you should win a lot of games if your two superstars get 33 points each. I think Kyrie had 33. It might have been 32 points. If both of your superstars can give you 60 points combined, usually you could come away with the win in some of those series. So like I said, the stuff that Russell Westbrook does, the dirty work, the hustle rebounds, all of that stuff, that is the reason the score looked the way it did. Then in some occasions, you just got to tip your hat off and just say GG's. Great game. Great shooting by the Clippers. I think they shot 50% from the three-point line. 50% from the three-point line is crazy. I literally just went to go check to make sure I was right. 50%. They shot 18 for 36 from the three. Am I expecting the Clippers to go out there and shoot like that again in game 2? Probably. I'm not going to lie. They're at home. I don't see why they can't shoot like that. They're a really good three-point shooting team. But the difference is the Mavericks is a really good three-point shooting team. So I don't expect the score to look like that in game 2. And another player that I don't think that gets a lot of credit, but honestly, he haven't been getting a lot of credit since he's been on the Clippers, Victor Zubac. He just played like a traditional center. He's a center that know how to play the center position. Alongside with Shea Goon from the Rockets, he reminds me of that player. They just have really good footwork. You know, the fundamental size of being a center. You can get 20 points, 10 for 17 from the field from your center, and he's really not even having no plays called for him at all. You can take that. Because even with the pickup with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, they're still small at the center position. Because even Daniel Gafford, I don't even think is a center. They're more of power forwards. So if I'm being honest, we should be able to see a Victor Zubac go for 20 and 15 most of these games in this series. So all in all, how I feel about this series right here, I think this series is going to go 7. I said it on my TikTok a while back. Even before game 1 tipped off, I believe this series is going to go 7 games. I don't think Luka is going to play the way he played today. Game 2 is really going to show us, okay, I see why Draco said this is going to go 7 games. With that being said, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this game and how many games y'all think this series is going to go and who y'all got winning this series, the Mavs or the Clippers. I'm going to stand on my prediction and say this will be the series of the playoffs. Like I said, besides the Lakers and Western Conference Finals rematch between the Denver Nuggets, this will be the one to watch. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. I'll be seeing y'all in the next video, y'all. Peace.